We have been talking about reading strategies in class that will help you become a better reader. This lesson will help you learn a strategy called compare and contrast. In the next few lessons, we will be comparing and contrasting different versions of the Cinderella story. First, we need to know what compare and contrast mean. When we compare, we look for things that are alike in the stories, and when we contrast, we look for things that are different in the stories. The first two stories we will compare and contrast are Disney's version of Cinderella and the Chinese version named Ye Shen. Click on the link to listen to Disney's Cinderella and get a copy of Ye Shen from your reading basket and read it. After you've read or listened to both stories, we will begin to organize the information we learned using a Venn diagram. The Venn diagram we will be using has two overlapping circles. On one side of the circle, we will label it Disney Cinderella. We will label the other side of the circle Ye Shen. Then we will list the differences or the contrasts in each story on the outside of each circle. Next, we will write all the ways the two stories are alike or compare them on our Venn diagram. In the middle of the circles where they overlap is where we will list the ways the two stories are alike or compare them. Now that you have seen how to fill out a Venn diagram, it's your turn to compare and contrast two different versions of the Cinderella story. The two versions you will be reading are Mufaro's Beautiful Daughter and Grimm's Brothers' Cinderella. You can find both of these in your reading basket. After you have read both of these versions, you will compare and contrast them by filling out your Venn diagrams. Don't forget to label them. The last story you will read is The Rough-Faced Girl. You will compare and contrast it with a version of your choice. You will use a T-chart or a Venn diagram. A T-chart is another way to organize information. You should list facts that are different about the story on opposite sides of the T. For example, in Grimm's Cinderella there is a prince, and in Mufaro's Beautiful Daughter there is a king. If you would rather use a Venn diagram, you may. As you can see, comparing and contrasting stories will help you connect these stories and see how they have a lot of similarities and a lot of differences. For your final step, you will need to write a compare and contrast essay. The first paragraph will tell how the two stories you read were alike, and the second paragraph will tell how they are different.